Hey everyone, it's like almost sunset here. Guys, today's live stream is a topic that I was kind of researching myself. I was listening to Brian Tracy, sorry, recently. He's like a motivational speaker. He has a lot of books and things, and he brought up a few very good points, which is really about like self development, self growth, and I really wanted to share some of the steps which he mentioned in his talk because at the end of the day, you're either growing or you're dying. Some people they say like as soon as you're born, you're actually like on your way towards dying, which is depressing sounding, but in a way, when you think about it, like it's true. Yeah, we don't know how many days we have on this planet. We don't know what day is going to be our last. So we're either growing as people, we're either becoming, bigger people, better people, growing, developing ourselves, or we're dying. Yeah. It's just kind of like with horses, also with people. If you retire a horse and that horse does nothing, then usually they don't live as long. It's the same with people. If you think about people, they retire and then what do? They just sit and watch TV all the time. They usually don't live as long as that person who retires and then is like traveling the world and like taking up new hobbies and doing all kinds of new cool stuff. They tend to live like for a really long time. So you're either growing or you're dying. And how many seconds and how many minutes do we waste every single day, which have nothing to do with our goals, okay, or our passions? So, how many days do you go to bed every single night having not gotten any closer to your goals? I can't tell you how many times. I'm on the phone with somebody and, I get a lot of, obviously, we get a lot of applications for equestrians who want to join our riding masters or our VIP inner circle. And I can't tell you how many times I'm on the phone with somebody and they've been stuck where they are for not just like, a month or a week. No, they've been stuck for like 5 years, 10 years. They've been stuck for a very long time. So, how many nights are you going to bed at night and you're like no closer to your goals? Okay, so that's really what I want to talk about today is how can we find that time to better ourselves? How can we do this thing called personal growth and personal development and apply it to our horse riding goals. I think that it's so important to apply to our it's so important. See. Woohoo! I see Claudia's here. Yay! Hi. Hi, thanks for joining me live. Oh, I love it. You found the video, I see. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. I have 5 steps which I'm going to be sharing with you guys in today's live stream, and it's all related to this topic of personal growth, personal development, and how we can apply that to our own equestrian goals. And it's so weird because if you would have asked me when I was like, 21 years old, if horse riding had anything to do with like personal growth and personal development, I would have laughed in your face probably. I would have said, nah, like I just need to learn technique. I just need to learn how to jump a jump. I think when I was 20, 21, like I think that's how my brain worked. And it's funny when as I grew and I realized just how they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. There's no such thing as a successful show jumper that doesn't have some kind of mindset training, that doesn't have discipline, determination, that hasn't developed themselves not just as a rider but also as a person. So it's very important. And so I'm going to share 5 different steps for you guys to use so you can take action now. Now. Okay. I see we got another user joining us. Hi, hello. Share where in the world you guys are joining me from, too, by the way. I love to see all around the world how international we are. Okay. So let's get to it. By the way, I just want to mention like this is a process, okay? Personal development, personal growth, like this is a process. It does take time and it does take effort. So if you're just going to watch this video and then, you're going to stop the video at the end of it and you're just going to go on with your life, no change is going to happen. Surprise, surprise, right? It takes time, but it also takes effort. Okay. It does not happen on its own. You have to take action and you have to actively work on yourself every single day. Yeah, you have to work on yourself every single day. So, step number one. Oh, let me just see some of the comments. Arizona, woo, woo, woo. Hey, yay, 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 yay. Arizona, very similar like Spain weather, I can imagine. Okay. Step number one. So the first step is develop your personal skills. Okay. And here's so some of you are riding, 5 times a week. Okay. I want you guys to comment how many times a week are you riding? Okay. Comment right now if you're riding 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times a week. Comment right now. Maybe you're riding multiple horses. Maybe it's like 3 times a day, 5 times a week. Okay. I want you guys to comment that right now. So if you're riding 5 times a week, okay, and let's say you're taking riding lessons once a week, okay, because that's what I think most people commonly do is like once a week or every other week a riding lesson. So that means that there's 4 times a week where you're not improving. Okay, you're not improving, you're not developing your personal skills in the saddle, you're just kind of staying the same. And that's because when you're, having that riding lesson, of course, somebody's kind of giving you some pointers and tips. They're giving you structure, they're giving you a specific exercise to work on. But then when you go home or when you try and apply it on your own by yourself, I mean, unless you've already achieved Grand Prix status or you're already at the Olympics, unless you're at that level, you yourself cannot build your training plan. You cannot build that action plan or that structure or know what exercises to focus on to improve your riding. You can't. Okay. It's not an insult. It's not a judgment thing. It's just what it is. Okay. If you're not at that level or if you haven't reached your goals, whatever your goals are, if you haven't already achieved that thing, you don't know what it is you need to do to get there. So if you're riding 5 times a week and only taking a lesson once a week, that means 4 times a week, you're not actually developing your personal skills. You're not actually growing as a rider. You're just kind of plateauing. You're just sort of staying the same. Okay. In some instances, actually, most instances, if you're riding on your own a lot, I'm gonna just throw it out there, you're actually getting worse. Okay? I've never seen somebody without a trainer or without a coach that didn't get worse over time. Never seen it happen. Okay? I've never had somebody come to me for a session and they're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't had professional training in 6 years," and they were amazing. I've never had that happen. Never. Okay? It's always like, "Oh, I've never had a riding lesson in my life," and I mean, they can't even do a walk halt transition. Okay? So, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. And I see we got some comments here. Ooh, France, Ellie, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, 5 times. Busy. Busy, busy, busy. Between 3 and 6 and Courtney. Very true. Very true. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we need to be developing our personal skills every single day. Okay. If you're riding 5 times a week, like you need to be growing 5 times a week. Okay. You need to be growing 5 times a week. You shouldn't be growing just once a week. Okay. Um, because that's basically 4 sessions that you're kind of wasting. Okay. You're kind of wasting, to be honest. Yes, it's great, for our heart, for our soul. Not every day has to be an intense training day. Okay. But even you going out on a trail, you can still accomplish something. You can still improve. I was riding around today. Today was an easy day for Zafira. I didn't really ask Zafira to become a better horse today. But today was kind of about me. I was doing some yoga stretches. I was doing the whole monkey in the tree thing. If any of you guys have done the Medicine Man audio lesson in our horse riding lessons app, let me see some hands raising here. Did you do the Medicine Man monkey in the tree thing? I wanna see it. Don't tell anyone what it is. But I was doing the monkey in the tree. I was stretching. I was doing some jumping seat to kind of build my position and muscles, follow the horse's motion, doing a whole bunch of stuff like that. Okay, today was a me day. But even though it was a me day, like one of us, me or my horse, could still improve, could still grow. Okay, that's why it's so important to work with a team. Okay, so work with a team. Our team in particular, obviously, our team, like that's what I do. That's what I eat, sleep, and breathe. Okay, I eat, sleep, and breathe. Building training plans for you guys. Okay, building exercises for you guys, coaching you guys. Like this is my life. Okay, I don't have the luxury of having a 9 to 5 job where I can just punch in and punch out and like chill for the rest of the day. No, like I'm here. It's 7 o'clock at night. I want to eat dinner, but I'm like here for you guys because this is the equestrian sport and I chose this life many years ago. I think this life chose me when I was very little. I've been kind of chosen into this and I can't stop it. Ellie, can of soda in one hand, baby monkey in the other. Yeah, I was doing the the baby monkey thing. That's what I was doing in today's session. Baby monkey. If you guys are just like super curious, it's in the horse riding lesson app. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. The Medicine Man audio lesson. Okay, so that's why working with our team, we have a plan just for you and your horse based on your goals, your needs. This is essential. Okay, this is essential. That way, you're not wasting those 4 days a week where you don't have a coach. You don't have somebody like me to kind of guide you, implement different exercises, tell you exactly what it is that you would need, your horse needs. Honestly, that's what I do. So I want that you are making every single time you ride count. Okay, you don't just improve every now and then or once a week, but like every single time you ride, you're improving, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, they say a journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first one, right? If every day you did one step, yeah, it might take you 1,000 days, but you know what? You're going to get there at some point. Yeah, you're going to get there eventually. So think about which personal skills you do well currently. Okay, think about which skills you're doing really good right now. Okay, and I want you to like pat yourself on the back for that one. Okay, comment. Let me know, what is it that you do well. Okay, what is it that you do well? Maybe it's that you're brave. Maybe it's that you are always looking where you're going. Okay, maybe that's what you do. Maybe it's that you praise your horse like crazy. Okay, after every try. So what is it that you do well? Okay, and then the other thing that you have to know is, what is it that you maybe don't do so well? Okay, what do you need to improve on? Okay, what is it that you can improve on in your riding right now? And I see Courtney, I'm good at rewarding my horse. Yes, you are. Doing little happy dances. Okay, and that's a great thing. Okay, pat yourself on the back for what you're doing well, but also, we all have things that we need to improve. Okay, we all have things that we need to improve. So, comment right now. What is it that are some of your biggest challenges which you're facing right now in your riding? Okay, what are some personal skills which you could be working on to improve? Fitness. Yeah, that's one big one that I'm working on with my own goals at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually training Zafira for competitions at the Mediterranean Equestrian Tour this fall, and that's my number one thing with her is like my own fitness at the moment. Yeah, I'm building her fitness too. She definitely needs it too. But yeah, I gotta rise to her level too. Yeah, so that's definitely something I'm working on. Ellie, abs. Yeah, abs. Is that something you do well, Ellie, or is that something you're working on? That's something I'm working on. Okay. Step number 2. We need to prioritize our personal growth. Okay, we need to prioritize it. This is a hard one, especially for like a lot of women. I'm just gonna throw that out there because like everyone else is more important than us sometimes, all the time, like all the time. So we need to prioritize our personal growth. Okay, you gotta take action. Make this a part of your daily routine. Okay, stop letting life kind of get in the way. It's not enough to just exist. Okay, I don't want you, like, if you go to a horse competition, I don't want that you're surviving. Okay, I want you to thrive at the competition. I don't want that, like, maybe you finish or maybe you place or maybe you get ribbon. No, like, I want you on the podium. Okay, I want you on the podium. I want that you're thriving, not just surviving. I think we all will forever work on abs. Yes, that's very true. Very, very true. Okay. So it doesn't come easy to have big horse riding goals. Okay. It's not easy. If it was, everyone would do it. Everyone would be at the Olympics. Easy peasy. Okay. It's not easy. Okay. Whatever your riding goals are, it's not easy. It's going to require a lot of focus. It's going to require a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication, but also focus on yourself. Okay. Our horses, honestly, 9 times out of 10, our horses are typically not the issue. Okay, the issue is us. I can't tell you again how many times I'm on the phone. Okay, I'm on the phone with you guys all day, all the time. I can't tell you how many equestrians you guys are calling me up on the phone, and the issue is not solved by me fixing your horse. Okay, some of you guys are hoping that I have like a tube of like unicorn fairy dust and I just sprinkle it on your horses and then boom, they can do flying lead changes and then boom, they can, jump 2 meters. And, you know, the magical fairy dust that you guys are looking for I sprinkle it on you guys. Okay, I sprinkle it on you because the horses, okay, they're usually not the issue. The issue is ourselves. Okay, the issue is us. So, in order to jump 1 meter, for example, some of you guys, you're already jumping 1 meter, and then you're like, oh, my goal is to 10, compete at the 110. Bump extra 10 centimeters for the horse. Like my Zafira, to go from 1 meter to 110 physically, that's a non-issue for her. Okay, both of her parents were jumping 1.50 meters. I'm pretty sure she can jump 110. Okay, I've seen her when she wasn't even that fit. She was just popping over 1 meter like it was nothing. Okay, so for her to go from 1 meter to 110, nothing. Okay, but it's not about that for most people. Okay, it's not about the horse's physical ability. Can they jump 110? It's, are you, as a rider, a 1.10 meter rider? Can you ride a 1.10 meter course? Can you ride a 1.10 meter horse? Can you ride a 1.20 meter horse? Can you ride a 1.30 meter horse or a 1.45 meter horse? Okay, have you grown? Have you stepped up to the plate and self-developed yourself enough that you've become a Grand Prix rider? Okay, or whatever your goal is. Because you can't just get handed a Grand Prix horse and then go compete Grand Prix and expect to be on the podium. That's not how it works. Okay? Yes, money helps, if you have a Grand Prix horse, but it still doesn't fix everything. You're not going to win. Okay? You're probably going to have 4 rails down. It's not going to be pretty. You have to become a Grand Prix rider. Okay? Just buying a Grand Prix horse isn't the solution. You need to become a Grand Prix rider to ride a Grand Prix horse. Okay? When I, in my own show jumping career, I wasn't born a rider that could jump 145. Okay? I wasn't born a Grand Prix rider. I had to become one. Okay? I had to become a rider that was capable of riding horses at that caliber that could jump big jumps. Okay? And when I became that rider, I could go and jump big jumps. Okay? Let's see. Elliot discovered my abs are not as strong as I thought while using the crutches. Ooh. I'm discovering that in my own personal training. Like, she's having me doing some ab stuff, and I'm like, ooh, my back keeps trying to overcompensate. My abs are so lazy. Yeah. You have to put the work in. Yeah. Okay. If you like, how do I become a Grand Prix rider? Like, I don't know how. That's not your job. Okay. It's not your job to know the how. That's my job. My job is to give you that map, that key, and say, hey, do this, this, and that. Okay. That's my job. You don't have to worry about the how. Okay, the how is called book a call with my team. That's the how. Okay, that's what our coaching programs are designed for. Okay, it's designed to help you reach your goal so that you can become the rider you need to be in order to reach your goals. If it's Grand Prix, I need to make you a Grand Prix rider. Okay, I need to make you a Grand Prix rider, and then we'll talk about, your Grand Prix horse. Okay, so I want to hear what your guys' goals are. Okay, and don't be shy. Don't feel like, oh, it's so small, my goal, whatever. Like, no, everyone's goal is everyone's goal. Okay, it's not a contest. Okay, it's not a contest by any means. So comment your goals down below. Okay, I want to see what your guys' goals are. Don't be shy. I'm the person, if anyone, share your goals with me, because I'm the person. I'm the person that's going to believe in you and help you to get there. Step number 3. Let's dive into that. So step number 3 is grow your team. Okay, grow your team. Success with horses, it's a lot like success in business. Okay, you can't do it on your own. You need a team surrounding you that can support you. You have to surround yourself with equestrians who have like-minded goals, and they can because when you surround yourself with those type of people, it actually directly affects how successful you are. Okay, that's why some people, when I was little, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, by the way. When I was little, I remember I would walk around and I would always think how come there's no billionaires walking around? How come I don't see billionaires? How come when I go to the airport I don't see billionaires? When I'm little, I didn't realize oh, because they have private jets. Okay, but when I was little, I didn't understand that. But the thing is, you know, the billionaires hang out with other billionaires. Okay? The millionaires hang out with other millionaires. Like successful people hang out with successful people. Okay? High level competition, competitive riders, They hang out with other high-level competitive riders, okay? Because they know the power of surrounding yourself with like-minded people, with people who are high achievers, with people who have big goals, okay? And that's what you have to do, okay? You don't wanna surround yourself with, like, negative maybe, okay? Negative Nancy's, they'll just bring you down. They'll bring you down to their level, and we can't go down if we're trying to go up, okay? It seems like common sense, but a lot of us are doing that, okay? A lot of us are doing that. So, don't surround yourself with negative Nancy's. Grow your team, okay? That's why, in my Riding Masters Academy and also my VIP Inner Circle, like, we're super selective, by the way, of who's allowed to come into my coaching programs. I'm super selective, and protective over who gets to join because I don't want negative people. I don't want negative Nancy's bringing everyone down. I want like super motivated, high energy, energetic, motivated equestrians that are like, they're going after their dreams. Okay. They're going after their dreams. That's who I want around me. Okay. And man, what a difference it makes. Like the type of conversations that you can have with people who like will do anything to achieve their dreams. Like I love these. I love them the most. Okay, let's see. Goal for the next 6 months, perfect the flying change. Yeah, that's a good one. To regularly compete in Spanish shows, also an amazing goal. Ellie's on her way over here pretty soon. Well, that's really exciting. Gonna come do the Mediterranean equestrian tour with me here in Spain. How cool is that? Okay, let me go back to my notes here. So step number 3 is grow your team. Um, do, 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 do. Some of you guys, by the way, you've been kind of limiting yourselves on your ability to expand and grow because you've only been looking for coaches in your immediate area, okay, in order to help you. This is 2023, you guys. Yeah, we're not just limited based on our immediate area anymore, okay? We have this little thing, it's called technology. Okay, it's called technology. I'm a virtual coach. It's so weird to say that. Like, 10 years ago, I never would have known that that was an option. But I'm a virtual show jumping coach. I'm a virtual FEI certified coach. And that's what I do. Yeah, you guys send me videos. I have training plans, lesson plans for you guys. Um, you know, the great thing is I can work with you in your time. Like, you ride your horse when you ride your horse. Okay, you do your homework when you do your homework. Okay, I can work with you from your own time anywhere in the globe. And honestly, that's like a big advantage of working with a virtual coach like me. So don't limit yourself to who's in your immediate area. Okay, that was a big mistake that I made growing up. Honestly, like we didn't have the technology. I had one of those Nokia phones until I was like, I think 23. Okay, those Nokia phones, like, you could throw them off a building and they don't break? Yeah, that's what I had. I didn't have a smartphone, okay, until I was, like, 23, 24. Yeah, something like that. I had a Nokia phone. So, I didn't have the advantage of technology when I was growing up, but you guys do, which is, like, super cool. Um, okay, step number 4. Step number 4. Empower yourself by prioritizing yourself and your goals. So it's easy for questions, and I kind of touched on this earlier, especially for women. We put everyone else first. Okay. Maybe you've already said stuff like this before. Maybe you've said things like, oh, I'm going to wait until my kids have grown, or I'll wait until I find the right horse because my current horse can't go to the level that I want it to. Okay. Which I hear that one all the time too. That's a mistake. Okay, that's a mistake. Why wait to become a better rider until you have a better horse? That makes no sense. Okay, that's a mistake. Empowering yourself means not making excuses not to start now. Okay. Um Honestly, like we have moms of 3 kids, 3 young kids in our coaching programs. Okay. We have 65-year-old riders. We have, I think, 21-year-old riders. Okay, I have a workaway here right now. She's been doing our app audio lessons. First time ever. It's kind of funny for me. I'm like sitting on the side watching her listening to the app, the audio lessons. I think she's 18, 19. She's pretty young. And she's just cruising around with little lilies, doing the baby monkey, you guys, the baby monkey. But yeah, you know, so there is no like reason not to do it now. Okay, there's no real reason to wait. Okay, if you're gonna wait until your kids are grown or wait until like you get a new horse, I mean, that could be years, months. Who's got time to wait to be better? Okay, be better now. Be better now on the horse you have now. Okay, you don't need a $500,000 horse to become a better rider. You don't. You can even become a better rider now and make your horse better. Okay, can you imagine that? You can actually make your horse the be. Yes, my little Arabian Mare Lily, she will never jump 1.65 m ever. She's tiny. She physically can't do it. But you know what? Little Lilies can do everything. Okay, she can do anything and everything. And it's because she's been given the chance to ride, to have a rider ride her that can make her really shine. Okay, I've been able to like pull out the best of Lily because I know how to do that. Okay, I've focused on me. I've focused on my personal growth. Okay, so Lily can do all kinds of crazy stuff. She can do anything. Okay, so be a better rider. Okay, be a better rider for your horse. Make your horse better by you becoming better. Okay, and become a better rider now. Okay, don't wait years from now. What a shame. What a shame it is for your horse to have to wait for you to stop bumping them on the mouth or stop irritating them or frustrating them or making their back sore or all these things. What a shame to make them wait. Yeah, become a better rider now. Okay, on the horse that you have now. Imagine if you did that, your horse is going to be so much happier. Okay, it's going to be so much happier. They're going to be more balanced. They're going to move better. They're going to move more free. They're going to have better fitness. They're going to build the right fitness, by the way, not the wrong muscles, but the correct muscles. Okay, your horse is going to be able to do more amazing, cool stuff. And also imagine a horse that's not bored. Okay, a horse that's actually fulfilled by their riding sessions with you. Okay, imagine a horse that they're not, looking around for their friends when you go to ride them. They're not looking around for their friends because they're fulfilled by being in your company. Okay, they're excited and happy to be with you. They're curious. They're like, "What is that baby monkey thing?" Okay, but they're curious. They love spending time with you. Okay, so imagine if you became better, how would your horse feel? How would your horse be? Would your horse be happier? Okay, of course they would. And what about, if you're that mom, okay? If you're that mom and you have 3 small kids, do you think achieving your biggest horse riding goals, just imagine what kind of environment those kids are growing up in. They're growing up in an environment, mom, you're showing them it's their own dreams. And these kids, they're going to grow up and do anything. They're going to be unstoppable. Okay, so why would you take that away from your kids? Okay, be that role model for them. Achieve your dreams. Okay, let them see what it's like. I had that growing up. Okay, my mom, she was working with a lot of criminals. When she came home, she had to take off her gun. But like every time I saw her, like I just saw her as this like really strong, independent woman. Okay, I saw her that every single day when she came home, and it really inspired me. And I don't think I would have done half of the things that I've done in my life if I didn't see my mom coming home every day, taking off her gun, putting it in the safe. And she was going every single day working with criminals and bad guys and doing stuff that most women don't do. And she was doing that every day. And it really inspired me. Okay, so you'd be surprised how much you achieving your own horse riding goals can really inspire others, your family, your friends, people who surround you. Okay, so ask yourself, would achieving your horse riding goals, would it help you gain more business success? Would it help you gain more confidence at work? Would you have happier relationships with family and friends? It's a no-brainer. Like, of course it would. Okay, but just take a moment and really think about that. Okay, because honestly, horses, especially like to me, it's more than just hanging a ribbon on the wall. You know, it's really a fulfilling thing to work as hard as you have to work with horses and go to that competition ring. That's why I love competition so much. It's not so much that I'm, show off like, oh, all the people in the audience are like cheering for me and that makes me feel cool. No, for me, it's more like that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling like I've been working and training so hard with my horse and I go to the show and that's like our day to shine and just kind of show the world like this is where we are. Like look at us world. We're unstoppable. And it's just like a really cool feeling when things come together and they click and you kind of walk away with that ribbon, and the whole world kind of knows on that day like yeah, you earned it. Who here loves that feeling? I got you to comment. Love that feeling. Love that. Horses, they're powerful creatures. Okay, they're powerful creatures. They give us confidence. They give us balance in all areas of our life. They give us more happiness, success, better relationships. Also, that determination and just drive to succeed in business, in our careers, but also at the barn. Okay, really, like horses, they're powerful, amazing creatures. There's no other animals on this planet like them. So, really, like, tap into that force. Okay, tap into that force. Let yourself become empowered. Okay, that was step number 5. Step number 5. Sorry, step number 4. Okay, we see some. Yes, mommy's a rock star. Go, mommy. I think all mummies are rock stars, though. Huh? All mummies. Love that feeling. Love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love how active you guys are. Okay, let's go. Step number 5. This is the last number step. Okay, the last one. This is one of the most important ones because this is where it either comes together or it all falls apart. Honestly, this one. It either comes together or it all falls apart. And that is you have to invest in yourself. Okay, and by that I mean invest in your training. Okay, invest in your education. Okay, and invest in your goals. Yeah, invest in your goals. Don't make that excuse of like, oh, maybe I should put my money for other things. Okay, if you guys have ever seen that scene in National Velvet, I love that scene so much where the mom, she like pours the gold coins in her daughter's lap because, the daughter really wanted to enter her horse in the Grand National and she didn't have the money. And so her mom takes her to the attic, pours the gold coins in her lap, and she tells her daughter that, that was the gold coins that she had won for swimming across the British Channel. And she said that every person should spend their money on a breathtaking piece of folly. Which I love that scene so much because I've essentially lived my life that way. You know, invest in yourself, invest in your training, your education, and invest in your goal. Honestly, it's the best investment you can ever make. Me personally, I'll never regret not one penny that I've spent on bettering myself. Um, Especially, when it comes to horses, the spend it's like any other on the planet. But it's one thing, like, I would never regret that money that I've spent because it made me who I am today. And I had to spend that money, even if it seemed like, I actually went to this equestrian college. It cost $25,000 for 9 months. And I got all these, pieces of paper and certifications. But to be honest, it wasn't the most amazing program I've ever seen in my life. I definitely got a few tidbits, but I'd say that they would turn like a beginner rider into like an advanced beginner. Okay. They definitely weren't going to get you to Grand Prix. They definitely weren't going to help me with my international show jumping dreams. You know, there was just so much that they were lacking. And I spent so much money, like I was in student loans and debt and blah, all this stuff. I was 19 years old. Um, and even though it wasn't perfect, and of course it didn't even get me to my ultimate goal of show jumping internationally, but it was a stepping stone. Okay, so even though it was like a lot of money, and I don't know if I would do it again, but I spent that money, I invested in myself, and I don't regret it. Yeah, I don't regret it because again, it made me who I am today. Okay, that was the path that I needed to take in order to kind of get me to where I am now. Okay. I didn't necessarily know it at the time, but it definitely didn't solve all of my writing problems or challenges or whatever, but it was definitely a stepping stone for me. And $25,000 is a lot for a stepping stone, but I did it and I don't kind of look back on that. Okay. And the reason is because when all said and done, okay, um, knowledge and like you bettering yourself, that's like one thing on earth which no one can take away from you. Okay? They can take away my money, they can take away my clothes, okay? They can take away my business, my social media accounts can get shut down, my show jumping stables can disappear tomorrow. They could take away my home, my like anything, my car, like all this stuff, but they could never, ever, ever take away what's inside my head. Okay? Take away every single thing that I have. I'll still know what I know. Do you know? I'll still know what I know. And when you know when you have that knowledge, and you've put in the time and grown as a person and you've bettered yourself, even if they took everything away, I'll still be able to get it back. Okay? Can't take away my skills as a rider. Okay? I have that muscle memory. You can't take that away from me. Okay? You could take away Zafira. Guess what? If I had another horse, like I could do the same with another horse. Okay? So you can't take away skill. You can't take away knowledge. Okay? You can take away a lot of things. A lot of things can disappear, but they can't take away what's in here. So this is one of the most important things that you should be ready and willing to invest in. Okay? Invest in yourself. Honestly, I truly believe that the amount of money that you invest in yourself, it has a direct correlation to your personal growth. Okay? For example, I was speaking with someone the other day. She had submitted an application to work with me. We were on the phone chit chatting, and she was kind of going on and on and on about how she's been feeling stuck in her writing for years, and I mean like years and years and years. But nothing she does like seems to work, and she feels stuck and like she's kind of been having the same problems and challenges for many years, and she's kind of at that point where she feels like she's going to be that way forever, like it will never get better. And so I started, kind of talking with her about it. And, she takes weekly riding lessons, she attends clinics, she reads every single horse riding improvement book that you can buy. But still, like, she's stuck, right? She's still stuck and she's just not improving. So I asked her, and I was a bit blunt about it, but I was like, by the way, how much money are you spending on your weekly riding lessons? And she told me, she said, well, the average price for riding lessons in her area is $50. Okay, 50 US dollars. And so that's what she spends. She spends $50. And I want to ask you this. Okay, do you guys know the U25 rider, Mike Kawhi? Okay, some show jumpers in the room here. I know some of you dressage riders might not know. Under 25 rider Mike Kawhi. Okay, he's a show jumper from Japan. He's currently based in the Netherlands. He's actually training with Jan Tops. He's riding and competing in the Longines Grand Prix circuit. Okay, when Mike Kawhi left Japan to try and pursue his dream of riding Grand Prix at the Long, I think he's $50 an hour riding instructor. Okay, just think about that for a moment. Because the answer is, of course, no. Okay, the answer is, of course not. Okay, you're not going to go to the Longines Grand Prix with a $50 an hour riding instructor. You're not. Okay, you're not. That doesn't mean that those instructors are terrible people. It doesn't mean that they're bad. They're really great for beginner riders, getting them started. But their specialty is not getting a rider to the Longines. It's not. Okay, so the answer is, of course not. So how much money do you think he spends on a lesson? I don't know exactly, but I can kind of guesstimate. It's probably going to be more than 200 euros a lesson. Okay, because that's what I was charging when I was kind of doing that more full time. Obviously, I don't do that anymore, but definitely not $50. Okay, definitely not $50. So, and by the way, it's not just like Mike Kawhi. I'm using him as an example, but what about other top riders that you guys know? Okay, comment your role model, your equestrian role model right now. Okay, dressage, endurance, I don't care. Okay, Peter DeVos, Daniel Deusser, Ben Mayer, Jack Whittaker, like who's your equestrian role model? Okay, I want you guys to comment right now. How much money do you think they're spending on riding coaches to help them get to the level that they are today? Okay, I want you guys, like, guess. Guess. How much money? How much money do you think that they're spending on coaching to help them get to the level that they are today? Okay, I want to see your guys' comments. Always trying to better yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Andre's a coach that we clinic with sometimes, and he's 150 a lesson. Yeah, there you go. 150 a lesson. Okay. Yeah, I really want to know, like, what you guys think you have to spend in order to get to your personal goal. Okay. Like, what's your personal goal? Only you can decide that. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what your goal is. Decide what your goal is. How much money do you think it's going to cost you to achieve your goal? And I'm talking lessons here. I'm not even talking about buying, okay, competition fees, horse truck. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking coaching. Okay, coaching, because coaching is a huge part of it. Okay, you can't get there without a coach. You can't get there without a Mr. Miyagi. Okay, so I really want you guys to have a think about this. I know it's a tough topic because some of you guys didn't know that, quality riding lessons cost over 200 euros a lesson. A lesson, not an hour. Keyword there. But yeah, it's something important that you need to figure out. Okay, so let's just see. A lot. Yes, a lot. That's a good answer. Somebody else, not sure. Find out. Find out. Yeah, did you comment what your goals was earlier? Okay, comment what your goals are. Let's figure it out. How much? Okay. Here we go. 15,000 a year. I'd say minimum. Minimum 15,000 a year for sure. For sure. Okay. So yeah, let me ask this question one more time. Do you think there is a direct correlation between how much you're currently spending on coaching and your current level of success? Okay, I'm going to tell you, it's not a coincidence. Now, again, does that mean that I believe everyone who charges some ridiculous price that they're worth the money? No. As I said, I spent that $25,000 on this equestrian college. They definitely would never have gotten me to Grand Prix, ever. Never, ever. It wasn't possible. None of the instructors knew it, like, could get there. None of them had ever jumped, I think, more than 3 foot. Okay, so, that 25,000 I knew was burning. It wasn't gonna get me to Grand Prix, but again, it was a stepping stone. Okay, it was a stepping stone. So yes, not every investment is created equal. Okay, but again, you gotta figure out, like, how much can you invest? Okay, how much can you invest? Are you willing to invest? You gotta ask yourself honestly, how much are you willing to invest in pursuit of your goal? Like, how important is your goal to you? Okay, how important is your goal to you? I got somebody else. Just Googling it and no price list. That tells you a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I know. These show jumpers, they don't share prices. They don't have to. They don't have to. Very. Okay. Love it. I like talking about this stuff. I think it shouldn't be hush hush. Okay. I think it shouldn't be hush hush. This is something that we should talk about. This is something I wish people would have told me when I was younger. Yeah, I wish somebody would have sat me down and said, "Hey, Crystal, this is how much it's going to cost." I feel like I would have achieved my show jumping goal a lot earlier had I known that. Okay, but I didn't know that. Nobody like handed me this little playbook and training plans, and I didn't know. I had to like go explore the world, and 65 countries later, I figured it out. But I had to spend a lot of learning money on just trying to figure out like how to achieve my goals. So I spent more than honestly I probably needed to because I didn't know. I didn't know how to achieve it. Okay. Um, okay. Anyways, so yeah, ask yourself honestly, how much money are you willing to invest in yourself in your pursuit of your goal? I'm not asking you to drop $500,000 on a competitive show jumping horse here in Europe, but would investing $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, if you spent $50,000 and invested it on your own education and your personal growth as a show jumper or as a dressage rider or as a human being, okay, would that skyrocket your success? Like, it's not a trick question. Okay, the answer is yes. The answer is, of course. Okay, of course it would. Yeah. So invest in yourself. Honestly, it's the best money you'll ever spend. It's the greatest thing I've ever done for myself is investing in myself. Yeah, really and truly. That is the best thing I've ever done for myself. If you are ready and capable of investing in yourself and you do want to see if you're a good fit to work with me, We do have various coaching programs and different payment plan options available. So that way you can still get the education that you deserve and your horse deserves, but you can find a plan that kind of works in your budget. Okay, so I want you guys to comment if that's you. Comment all in right now, and then what we'll do is we'll just kind of reach out with you. We'll book that little discovery call, take your application, watch a video of you riding, and really just kind of discuss what that plan is going to look like. Okay, so if that's you, comment all in right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you take these 5 steps and you apply them to your life and to your day in next week's live stream. So thank you everyone for joining me. I'm your coach, Krista Kelly. Bye everyone. Bye.